Hello friends, welcome to this another session. Quickly we will be reviewing the measuring instruments. So the first instrument is galvanometer, which is the basic for voltmeter and ammeter. You know the basic parameter, the full scale deflection current and the corresponding voltage, which is Ig into G. For ammeter, you know ideal ammeter should have a resistance 0, but it will not work practically, so we try to keep it as low as possible. So for converting galvanometer into ammeter, we connect a shunt of very small resistance, and if we have to increase the range by n times, we connect the shunt equal to G upon n minus 1. Similarly, for a voltmeter, ideally it should be infinite, but again infinite won't work, so we will try to make it as large as possible. And for increasing the range of voltmeter by n times, the series resistor to be connected with galvanometer is Gn minus 1, that is the value. Then you have a meter bridge, which is a balanced Wheatstone bridge condition utilizing device, and here we have the resistor in the left to the right gap. Ratio would be L upon 100 minus L. L will be in centimeter. Potentiometer is an ideal voltmeter used to compare EMFs or to measure the internal resistance. The important thing here is the potential gradient, that is X is VA by L, and smaller the potential gradient, we say it is more sensitive. And for comparison, you know E1 by E2 is L1 by L2, that experiment you do, and internal resistance, you know that external load that you connect in the as a shunt, L open when that was not connected, L close when that was connected, minus 1. This is the result that you use for finding the internal resistance. So this is the very basic checkpoints. Now coming to the questions that will help us gauge what to do. Now first, galvanometer, ammeter, voltmeter questions. Now first, a moving coil galvanometer has 150 divisions. Current sensitivity is 10 divisions per milliampere. Now read it very carefully, students, don't read it carefully. 10 divisions per milliampere, total 150 division we have, that means Ig from here comes out as 15 milliampere. This is the first information I have got. Voltage sensitivity is 2 divisions per millivolt, that means the value of Vg would be 75 millivolts, and based on this data I can find out the galvanometer resistance as 5 ohm Vg by Ig. In order that each division reads 1 volt, each division reads 1 volt, that means the Vmax would be, due to 150 division, would be 150 volts. In order that each division reads 1 volt, the resistance in ohms needed to be connected in series. So directly Vmax is 150, I can write it as n times 75 into 10 to the power minus 3. So the value of n comes out as 2000. So to increase its range by 2000, the value of resistor needed would be G into n minus 1, which is 5 into 1999. So 5 nines are 45, 5 nines are 4, 9, this is 4, 9, 4, 9, 9, 9, 5 ohms. Go for option 2. This is the first question. Next, in the circuit, the galvanometer shows 0 deflection. Galvanometer shows 0 deflection, that means no current is flowing. That means this and this will be at the same potential. So if I take this 0 volt, this would be 2 volts. This would be 2 volts. This is 0 again. This would be 12 volts. And no current is flowing through this, that means the complete current will go like this. So what we have, the current through 500 ohm that we can write would be equal to 10 volt drop upon 500 ohms. That same current flows into this, that is, you can write it as 2 by R. So the value of R comes out as 1000 by 10, that is 100 ohms. So you can do this. Next one, you have a shunt of resistance 1 ohm connected across a galvanometer of 120 ohm resistance. Current of 5.5 ampere gives full scale deflection in the galvanometer. The current that will give full scale deflection in the absence of the shunt is. So now what would be the current? This is 5 ampere gives full scale deflection. That means actual Ig would be, if it is the division in the reverse ratio, that would be 1 upon, you can say, 121 into 5.5. This is the value of Ig, that is what is needed here. So you have just divided the current into the parallel. So it is 5.5 upon 121. So if I do, this is 0.5 in terms of 11, and this is 11, or I can do it as 1 by 22 amperes, or you could do it as point. Now you have 0 and 100, that would be 4.045 ampere. So go for option 4 here. Next one, when a current of 5 milliampere is passed through a galvanometer having a coil of resistance 15 ohm, it shows full scale deflection. That means this is Ig, this is G, so Vg comes out as 75 millivolts. Now the value of resistance to put in series with the galvanometer to convert it into a range 0 to 10. So you have to do Vmax to be 10. So again Vmax is 10. So 10 is, let's say, n times 75 into 10 to the power minus 3. So the value of n comes out as 10 to the power 4 by 75, or I can write it as 4 by 3 into 100, that is 400 by 3 times. So the value of R would be G into n minus 1. So it is, the G is 15, it will become 400 by 3 minus 1. I can do it as 5 into 397, 5 sevens are 35, 5 nines are 45 and 348, 5 threes are 15 and 4 1985 ohms. So this is the answer that I'll go for option 4. Now the last in this section, this is an important one. In an ammeter, 0.2% of mean current passes through the galvanometer. Its resistance of galvanometer is G, the resistance of ammeter will be. So what we have here, this is the galvanometer and this is the shunt. So 0.2% of the current, that means if this is the Imax, what we have 0.2%, that is 0.002 Imax goes here, and 0.998 I can go, that goes into the shunt. So first of all, the value of the shunt I can make it out. Shunt is into 0.998 would be equal to G into 0.002, that you can directly say. So the value of the shunt will be, you can say that is G upon, if I do it is 499. This is shunt. But now the resistance of ammeter would be GS upon G plus S. So G into G upon 499 upon G plus G upon 499. So this comes out as G by 500. So we'll go for option 4th. Many of them get second, but it is 4th that you should remember. So these were the 5 examples I have took. Now take the screenshot of this. Take the first screenshot. These are 3 questions based on this, the questions that we have done. Take a screenshot. Then we have, okay, the 3 only we have now. Now coming to the meter bridge. In a meter bridge, null point is obtained at 20 cm from one end of the wire when resistance X is balanced against another Y. If X is less than Y, that means you can directly make it out X by Y is 20 by 80 or 1 by 4. This is the hint. Now where will be the new position if one decides to balance 4X? So if we do this 4X, we know X is equal to Y by 4. If we have 4X, we know 4X here is equal to Y. That means both are equal. Now the balancing length, because both are equal, would be 50 cm. 1:1 you will have the ratio you can do. On exchanging the resistances, the balance point shifts to left by 10. If the resistance of their series is 1, how much was the resistance to the left slot before interchanging? So it shifts to left. That means initially the left one was greater. So let's say R by S was whatever be, let's say, let me call it X upon 100 minus X, it was there. Now, and we have R plus S is equal to 1000, and on shifting, R by S would be equal to this X minus 10, and it would be 100 minus X minus 10. So what it becomes, it is, you can say, so it would be X minus 10 over 110 minus X. So multiply both, that would become 1, R and S. This is X upon 100 minus X into X minus 10 upon 110 minus X. So if I do this calculation, it is 11,000 minus, I can have 210X and plus X square, that would be X square minus 10X. So what we can do, X square goes, so 200X is equal to 11,000. So X comes out as 55. So Fx is 55, this is 55 by 45, and their sum is 1 kilo ohm, that is 1000 ohms. So clearly R is 550 and S is 450. Go for option 1. Next one. In a meter bridge, as shown in the figure, it is given that resistance Y is 12.5 ohms, that is Y, okay, and that the balance is obtained at a distance 39.5 from the end A. After interchanging the resistances X and Y, a new balance point is found at a distance, it should be L2, I suppose, from end A. What are the values of X and L2? I should write it like this, L2 and X, okay. So this is what we are given here. So Y is 12.5, what we had X upon Y, because it was 39.5, the other one will be, you can say, 60.5. So the value of X directly comes out as 39.5 into 12.5 upon 60.5. After interchanging, a new balance point is found at L2. So what we will have, Y upon X. So Y upon X, if we will do, we can directly calculate what are the values of X and L2. So we can directly, it would be interchanged, it would be 60.5. So no need to solve it. This is directly 60.5. I can directly say on interchanging. So 60.5, we are left with 2 options. Now solve for this. We have to solve for this. We can't escape this. So let it, that the decimal goes. This is 25 and this is 1. This is 2, 121. So what we have now, 39.5, 125 upon 121. So we can take it to be 1 by 5, approximately 1 by 5. So it would be 8 point something. That would be the more appropriate option instead of 9. So go for option 2. You need not to calculate completely. You can go with this option. Next one. Meter bridge is set up as shown to determine an unknown resistance X using a standard 10 ohm resistor. Galvanometer shows null point when the tapping key is at 52 centimeter mark. End corrections, this is important, 1-2 centimeter respectively for A and B, the value of x is. Now what we will have, x upon 10, this is 52, but end correction we have to add plus 1, and here it would be 48 plus 2, that would be 50. So what we have, 53 by 50, that end corrections we have added. Here we have added 1, here we added 2. So what we have, x would be equal to 53 by 50 into 10, so that comes out as 53 by 5, that is 10.6 ohm. Go for option B here. So this is how you will incorporate end correction. Now this is based on error 1 from an NT Abhyas test. During an experiment with a meter bridge, the galvanometer shows a null point when the jockey is at 40.0. Using a standard of 90 ohm as shown, the least count of the scale in the meter bridge is 1 mm, then known resistances. Again, what you will have, first of all, what the value expected you have. You can say expected value R or X, what is it, is R. So R by 90 would be equal to 40 by 60 expected. So R would be 2 by 3 into 90, that is 60. So 60 is expected. Now the error. So what we have, we write R as 90 into length, what we have measured, L upon 100 minus L. So what we do for the error analysis, we will say delta R by R is delta L by L plus delta of 100 minus L upon L, 100 minus L. So delta L is 1 mm, that is 0.1 upon 40, and this is also 0.1 upon 60. So what you will have now, this is 0.1 upon 40, 0.1 upon 60, I'll take it as 120, it would be 0.3 plus 0.2, and R is 60, so delta R I can write as 60 into 0.5 upon 120, this is 0.25. So the error is 0.25 ohms, so go for option C, 60 ohm plus minus 0.25 ohms. So this is about the meter bridge one. Now we have some questions for you. Now take the screenshot of first two questions. Take a screenshot carefully. They are easy, I suppose. Now next, take it for this third question. This is JEE Main Online 17, and do these three questions to test yourself. Now the last one, the potentiometer. Now first thing regarding the potential gradient, I have taken the question. Wire has a length 4 meter, resistance 8 ohm, resistance that should be connected in series with a cell of 2 volts so that the potential gradient 1 millivolt per centimeter is obtained. So 1 millivolt per centimeter, total is 400 centimeter, that is 400 millivolt comes as VAB. 400 millivolts you can say as 0.4 volts. So what we need, this is 0.4, that means on that resistor it should be 1.6. So directly you can take that ratio, 8 by R would be the ratio 0.4 upon 1.6 because they are in series. So the value of R comes out as 8 into 1.6 by 0.4, that is basically 8 4s are 32 ohms. That is what you require. Next, in a potentiometer, the balancing length with the cell is at 240. On shunting it with a resistance of 2 ohm, this language suggests it is for internal resistance. You have connected that 2 ohm in parallel. Balancing length becomes 120. So direct explanation, R L1 by L2, that is the greater one upon the shorter one minus 1. So R into this comes out as 2 minus 1 1, that is equal to R, which is 2 ohms. So internal resistance is equal to 2 ohm here. Next one, a potentiometer circuit is set up as shown. The potential gradient is k volt per centimeter and the ammeter present in the circuit reads 1 ampere when two-way key is switched off. So when this key was not there, it reads 1 ampere, and that means the circuit, this circuit current is 1 ampere. Now the balance point when the key plugged in between 1 and 2, let's say like this. So it will measure this, let's say this point will be A, let's say this point is P. So VAP. So VAP you know would be equal to 1 into R, and that is L1, so that is equal to KL1, first equation. And when 1 is joined to 3, we will have VAX. VAX would be 1 into R plus X, that is L2, KL2. So what you need the value of R and X. So R is KL1 and put it X, X would be KL2 minus R, that is KL1. So KL2 minus KL1, that is X. So going by this, go for option second, that K was missing here in the print. So you can do this. Next one. In an experiment of calibration of voltmeter, a standard cell of 1.1 is balanced against 440 centimeter of wire. The potential difference across the ends of the resistance is found to be balanced against 220 centimeter of the wire. The corresponding reading of voltmeter is 0.5. The error in the reading of voltmeter is, now 440 corresponds to 1.1, so 220 is half, so that corresponds to 0.55. So this is the actual voltage. This is the actual voltage but what is the V read by the voltmeter? It is 0.50 you can take. So the reading in the voltmeter is minus 0.05. It has read lesser, so it is reading, so error would be minus 0.0, because error is measured value minus true value, that would be minus 0.05 volt. You can directly go for it. Also option is also 1.05. Now the last one. Potential circuit is set up for finding the internal resistance. Main battery used across wire as an EMF2. Negligible internal resistance. Potentiometer wire is 4 meter long. When a resistance R is connected, the given cell has values of infinity and 9.5 ohm. The balancing lengths on the potentiometer wire are 3 and 2.85 respectively, the value of internal resistance. So I have taken this question just to give you an idea of the language. When the resistance R is connected across the given cell hona chahiye. I think it should be a printing mistake here. Across the given cell, when R is connected, that means it is shunted. When it is infinity, that means EMF will be measured because that is infinite, and when it is 9.5, you have that second case of that internal resistance measurement. So you can directly say R L1 by L2 minus 1 I will use for the second case, because for the first case it would be the actual EMF would be measured. So L1 is 3 upon 2.85 minus 1. So 9.5 into 0.15 upon 2.85. So just remember this. What I want to tell you, that it is something like this. The secondary cell, first this R was infinite. Infinite means no current will flow, so basically nothing is connected. And the second time that was connected, so that internal resistance can be measured. So that is what you have to do from here. So what we are left with now, calculate it. 9.5 into 0.15, so 15 table, if it comes, yes it comes. So I can do this. 15, it would be 21, and this is 135 19, so 9.5 by 19 you got. So this is 0.5 ohms. Go for option 4. So it was an easy one, just you get to get the language clearly. Now you can check yourself. I have many questions. Take the screenshot of first 3 questions. Take the screenshot you have taken. Next, take these 2, and I think this will make you ready for the exam for this section. Thanks for watching.